Hello and welcome back to my channel. I know this is absolutely nothing like I've ever posted, and I don't even think I've ever even talked about WWE before on here. Oh no, except that one time I made a video about how much I hated Vince McMahon. I used to be a huge wrestling fan when I was 14, but I kind of stopped watching around 2018. I definitely still keep up with it on Twitter, but I would never actually go out of my way to support a company ran by the McMahon family. I've been wanting to talk about this topic with someone for a while now, and literally no one around me likes wrestling, so I'm just gonna yap on here. For the title, I'm probably gonna be like, WWE is too overproduced, or something like that. And that's because I can't say, we will never have the attitude era back, or the feelings and excitement that have gone with it, because that's what I'm going to be talking about today, and that's too long of a title. If you don't know, WWE is obviously the #1 wrestling company in the world, and for a while it was actually the only main one. But in my opinion, today it is kind of complete shit from the butt. I believe that the main reasons WWE is so bad now is because kayfabe is dead. And if you don't know what kayfabe is, and you're just like one of my loyal subscribers watching this because I'm so funny and so smart and so beautiful, kayfabe is basically the portrayal of staged elements within professional wrestling as legitimate or real. And everyone knows that wrestling is fake. Yes, they are athletes doing extremely hard stunts, but most hits are fake along with the scripts and the promos. It's always been fake, but at least wrestlers never sold it as such. Now the illusion is completely gone, and I blame social media for that. It's all about viral moments now. The more clips that garner attention is more people talking about WWE, and that's why WWE keeps bringing celebrities for the show, or overhyping Logan Paul of all people. Says people outside of the WWE fanbase will see that and check it out. Since moving to Netflix, WWE kind of stopped caring about real life fans and instead tried to target their content towards new people. That just had resulted in most crowds being dead unless it's people like John Cena or The Rock showing up once every 6 months. It also meant more celebrities who don't give a shit about the business. They had teamed with Travis Scott, the guy who had continued his Astroworld show despite 10 people dying. But they had put Travis Scott in this huge position at WrestleMania, the literal biggest show of the year, because they knew regular people would watch it solely to see their favorite rapper. John Cena had broken Ric Flair's title record for his final WrestleMania match, and Travis Scott is always going to be a part of that. That is embarrassing. He's also not even a fan of WWE and barely trained, so when he slapped Cody Rhodes, he busted his eardrum and gave him a black eye. All that just to cancel his scheduled match and fuck everything up. And WWE did not learn, because now they're trying the same thing with Jelly Roll. Hopefully this goes down like the Bad Bunny route and not the Phil Travis Scott one. Wrestlers who are feuding will also be posting somewhere on social media together, pose like they're best friends. Jade and Rhea were going back and forth on Twitter, and Rhea took it too personal and posted it on Instagram crying about defaming her character. And you cannot even tell me it was a work, because Piper Nivens, who had nothing to do with Jade or Rhea and is currently out on an injury, jumped in and started attacking Jade as well. And Buddy Matthews, Rhea's husband, reposted the story on his story too. And he's currently in AEW. That would make absolutely no sense if it was a work. Some wrestlers are not even in character on social media. So for half of your feud to take place on Twitter is insanely lazy creative. When The Rock had returned during WrestleMania with that fuck-ass Travis Scott segment, he literally went on Twitter and announced that he loved playing the character known as the Final Boss. WWE also loves spoiling returns on social media for some reason, so literally nothing is a surprise. When the Hardy Boys returned the last time, they had dropped so many hints on social media that it wasn't even a surprise anymore. I know it's because WWE only cares about the ratings, and more people will watch if they know a former WWE icon, and Matt Hardy, will make an appearance, but it's still stupid. And this kind of ties into social media, but I don't know. In 15 years, there will no longer be wrestlers who actually like wrestling. They're all going to be social media fitness influencers who got DM'd by Triple H to come try out for the WWE Performance Center. But that's also really nothing new, I think, especially compared to the women in the early 2000s. Social media aside, everything is so obviously scripted. People like The Rock and Stone Cold never really felt like they were playing a character, even if now Dwayne does. It felt authentic, but now it's just cheesy. There's a whole TV show called Unreal, which dives into just how fake everything is. We see wrestlers change from their in-ring persona to how they actually are. We see all of creative talking in the office planning storylines out. We watched Triple H hound LA Knight for messing up a spot. Why should we as the fans be seeing this? And I know I sound like, it's still real to me, damn it, guy, but I do not care. I think there should be some type of realism in the product. It's the reason people start booing for the bad guys, because y'all don't treat it like it's real, so why should the fans? But they will not do that because Hunter very obviously wants this to be considered a TV show and not professional wrestling, as if the end credits haven't given that away yet. Another reason that WWE will never actually feel like the Attitude Era is the cameras. Scenes used to look real, especially backstage ones. It genuinely felt like Jeff Hardy and Trish Stratus were having a conversation with each other. The whole product looked gritty, but with the update of modern cameras, it's starting to feel more and more like an overproduced TV show. When they did the 8K cameras, it felt like Roman Reigns was making his entrance in my own living room. And the announce table has obviously gone downhill. Even Michael Cole was better when Vince McMahon was feeding things into his ear, and that's just sad. The commentary today just sounds like you're playing 2K13. Everything's automated and vague. But one thing I do not miss is Mr. Pedophile talking about all those women wrestlers puppies. Jerry Lawler, I hate you. Also, this is a matter of opinion and has nothing really to do with the video, but I hate that WWE had brought real-life couples into the storylines. I know they've always done this, but they've also had fake couples and storylines revolving around things like that. Now they kind of just change storylines around it, like squeeze real-life couples like Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, or Aleister Black and Selena Vega. None of those people should ever even be considered in a storyline together given their gimmicks. That is all I want to say today before I start getting political and talking about how Stephanie McMahon had the whole crowd cheering, "Thank you, Vince," after his sexual assault lawsuit got exposed. That is the end of my video. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and feel free to like or even subscribe.